I have a confession to make. You know that great introduction that Robin just made? Well, it's true, but in spite of me being someone who wrote the book about professional paradise and who spends all of my working moments talking about positive mindsets and employee engagement, I still have bad days at work. And if you think about how the world sees work, think about the media, TV shows like The Office, cartoons like Dilbert, and movies like Horrible Bosses. It's no wonder that some people think work is a four-letter word, isn't it? And I'll bet every one of you knows someone who looks just like this at work. Now, I know she's not working in your area, right? And maybe it's the former employer that you used to work for where she was. But this gal, she's a perpetual complainer. She is unhappy no matter what's going on around her. I call people like her members of the chain gang. Yeah, these members of the chain gang, they love to wallow in the miseries of work. They wear their pain like a badge of honor. They have, in fact, sentenced themselves to professional prison. Now, notice I say sentence themselves, because professional prison is not a particularly bad employer or a horrible boss. Professional prison is a negative mindset that drives actions that lead to negative outcomes. People who are in professional prison, they're problem focused. They have a victim mentality. And to use a very technical psychological term, they are yucky to be around. Yeah. In fact, they leave what I call a disengagement footprint wherever they go. Imagine how a place looks after this chain gang member has left. These sloppy footprints kind of left behind. Deepak Chopra calls it your energetic signature. You know how it is where you're with one person and they leave the room and you feel one way, and you're with someone else and they leave the room and you feel another way? Yeah, wouldn't it be fun to tell these chain gang members, clean up your prison yard footprint? Just walk up to them and look them in the eye and give them the message. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? I'm going to give you a chance to just pretend that they're here with you today, because I know none of them are here at this meeting. And so imagine that the person that looks like the gal that was a few slides ago is right in front of you. And I want you to say it in a big Centera voice with your hand motion that shows a little attitude. Clean up your prison yard footprint. So I'm going to count to 3, and we are all going to do this together. All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Clean up your prison yard footprint. Oh my gosh, you guys are good. You're so good. That was awesome. Now, I'm betting that there's more than one person you'd like to say this to. So we're going to do it one more time on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Clean up your prison yard footprint. Yeah, nice. So now I'm not suggesting that you go back to your office or your unit and you go, you, and you start with the hand motion. But what I am suggesting is that sometimes on those bad days, that day that I kind of confessed about a few minutes ago, the person that needs to hear that message is ourselves. And it is perfectly acceptable to look yourself in the mirror with a little love in your heart and say, self, clean up your prison yard footprint. I know that often will get me back on track. That's exactly what Sam needed to do. Now, this is not his real name, not his real picture, but Sam's a real person, and he worked in the case management department. And I was there one day at a hospital, and if you're from case management, don't worry, I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you. I just so happened to be the area he worked in. And I said, what's the matter? You're not looking too happy today. And he said, the EMR is torturing me. And his voice was like a little bit louder than appropriate. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, it's another change. It's another update. I'm so sick of it. And he was complaining. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not the first time I've heard Sam complaining like this. Because Sam had sentenced himself to professional prison. He had chosen this negative mindset, which led to actions and led to negative outcomes. And you know what Sam's patients, family members, coworkers wanted to say to him? All together on 3. Clean up your prison yard footprint. Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to say.